Okay, so I just finished watching that episode, and they went to a place that I think was crazier than any place they've ever gone before, and they've gone to some crazy places. Honestly, I don't think we needed the baby stuff. Like, I feel like that was kind of crossing a line. Like, it was just, we could have had that incident happen without getting that graphic. I mean, I just feel like that was a little much, or a lot of much. So I kind of assumed the baby died, but then at the very, very end, it sounded like a baby was crying, but there was like nothing on the screen. So I don't know. I guess that's the cliffhanger. Now, I've always wondered how the heck they were going to deal with Laurel having a child on this show, but I really didn't think they would let another baby die, especially in this way, because we already know Annalise is still grieving over the loss of her son, so now she's going to blame herself for Laurel's baby's death. I mean, is that how it's going to go down? If the baby lives, I still definitely think it'll be given up for adoption or something. I don't know. I just don't see it having a place in the show. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll work it in somehow. I don't know. Again, it definitely seemed like it wasn't alive. And honestly, I was thinking, we know Laurel survives this, but it was like she was just passed out for such a long time. Like, I would be thinking, is she dead too? Because like no one was, I mean, I know Annalise couldn't really reach her, but it was like, oh my, I would be thinking if I were Annalise, like, oh my God, Laurel is dead. The baby is dead. I mean, what the heck? Like, we all kind of figured that Laurel was going to give birth in that elevator. That's kind of what I thought, or like going to labor or whatever. But when I saw the blood coming out and all that at first, which is supposed to be water, right? If you're going into labor, I was like, oh no, this is not good. And then it just progressed, and it was just, and they just went to all these places that I know they wanted to be like super edgy, but I just, the stuff with the baby was just like a lot. And then more and more stuff with the baby kept happening. I was just like, really? Okay, Simon, pretty sure he's dead, right? I mean, don't think he's coming back from this. Don't really care, because don't really like him. I don't think any of you guys do. I see they tried to make us kind of sympathize with him, like in this last episode, but whatever. But at the same time, it's like these shenanigans that these people are doing, these Keating 4 or whatever, it's always causing problems. They're the cause of his death, even though the gun accidentally went off. So I'm kind of surprised that Asher got arrested. Like, what exactly for? Because I don't know. I don't know how he got arrested for this, and like Michaela wasn't arrested. I don't know. So we'll have to wait on that until January. And then the guy that actually killed Wes was listening in on Connor. So I thought, well, that was interesting. I feel like, you know, Laurel's dad probably knows more than she thinks. He probably knows she's still pregnant and all of that jazz, or was still pregnant. So I don't think he's as dumb as she thinks he is. But I'm really sick of that storyline, and I'm hoping as we wrap up this second half of the season, we get rid of the Laurel's dad storyline. Hopefully he dies or something, and this hitman guy, we just get rid of all of that. We finally got rid of Simon, which is good, because I felt like he was a useless character. But Tegan survived. I know a lot of people were wondering if she was going to die. She's still around, so there's that. I just think that the whole thing is a mess. Like, every season, these people get their lives in more of a mess that I can't even imagine, although I'm curious to find out how this show will eventually totally end, because I feel like it's going to just implode and like everyone's lives are going to just shatter. I don't feel like it's going to have a happy ending for anyone. So anyway, my thoughts again is that they went too far with this. I'm not, you know, I love horror shows and things like that and graphic images. I was actually pretty excited for that, but I didn't expect it to be graphic images of this baby that was dead, I guess. That was a lot. I've never seen that, I don't think, on a show or a movie. And I get they were trying to like push the envelope, be edgy, be unique. I don't know, but what did you guys think about it? Let me know down below. Do you think the baby is going to survive this? Are we pretty much on the same page that Simon's dead? What do you think about him dying? It's kind of terrible. I don't like him, but it's like everything that they do is so toxic, and it's just, they really did need to go their separate ways and move on. I know we wouldn't have a show if that happened, but them being together and the Keating 4 being together and being around Annalise is just so toxic, and like everyone needs to move to a different state or something, get a new life, move on, because every time, you know, every season they're together, stuff goes down and it's really terrible stuff, and it just keeps piling up until what's going to happen? People are going to have to go to jail or be killed or whatever. I just don't see it having a good outcome. in the end. And I think if it does eventually end and everyone goes off on their happy way and like moves to other states and everything's fine, that is just so unrealistic. And I know it's kind of an unrealistic show, but it will be disappointing to me when this whole thing ends if everyone like gets away with everything. And I know it's called How to Get Away with Murder, but come on, every single person can't just go on and live their lives and forget all the stuff that they did in their past and everything be fine, you know? Still feel like the Jimmy Smits storyline is very bad. Very awful. Waste. I mean, I just think they're wasting him. I don't like it at all. I thought maybe tonight something big would happen with that and still didn't like it. So, if you didn't know, I'm still doing the live chat. So that is, you're probably watching this on Friday. So Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'll be doing a live chat so I can get your guys' thoughts on this finale. And again, the show returns in January. So if you're new, just found me, whatever, or you've been watching and haven't subscribed, please do. I'll be back for the second half of this season in January. That's January 18th. And I'm excited to see what happens. But I was pretty disgusted by this episode. But let me know what you thought down below. And since the holidays are coming up, a lot of shows are wrapping up. Riverdale's still going on. This Is Us is still going on. But I'm going to be doing a ton more stuff on Riff, which that information's down below. It's free to sign up. You just subscribe to me. We can watch all kinds of Netflix shows together and you get to see my reaction in real time. Even if you don't have Netflix, you can still access the shows that I'm watching via Riff if you come on there when I'm there. So I haven't been on there in a couple weeks because I've had some crazy busy stuff going on, like traveling and everything. And next week, a lot of my shows aren't going to be on or they've already ended. So I plan on doing more Riff next week. Although it's going to be American Thanksgiving towards the end of the week, so things might get a little busier for me. But definitely, I think in December, I'm going to spend a lot of time on there. So that's a good place to find me. If you're wondering like where I am on YouTube during December, I'll still be on YouTube doing stuff, but probably not as much. So because there's really no shows, so I'll just be doing like updates on shows I do and maybe some stuff on some movies I've seen, stuff like that. But I hope you guys are having a great week and I will see you very soon. Bye guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the Kelly TV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.